All right, everyone, welcome to our team huddle today. We are in past 2 weeks now, so everyone's doing great. We have a little bit less than a month left, and I'm excited. Everyone seems to be doing really, really well. One thing that I've noticed over the past couple of weeks that seems to be a struggle for a lot of people is the weekend. Does anyone agree?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Why is the weekend harder?
You don't have your regular schedule. Like you aren't waking up at the same time a lot of the time, and I don't know, the whole day feels kind of off with eating.
Definitely. What do you think, Adri?
I agree with all that. Plus, if you go out to eat or you're spending more time with friends or family, and they all tend to eat junk food around you, it's hard not to stay out.
Yeah, it's like during the week, it's really more systematic. You know, we have kind of our routine down and we know what we're doing and we've planned it out. And then all of a sudden the weekend comes and it's like, oh, let's go, hang out with the family. Oops, I forgot to bring some snacks. It kind of gets a little crazy, right? So I thought we would just go through kind of some weekend tips and maybe some celebration tips as well. To get us through this coming weekend. I know a lot of people have some things going on that are going to be big this weekend and upcoming weekends. This is as much for me as anyone. We have a big weekend this coming weekend, and I'm going to be doing some traveling in some coming weeks, and then birthdays. Then my kids have birthdays, so same thing. It's going to be a test for all of us, right? So one thing that I wanted to mention was just continuing to consistently eat throughout the day. It's one thing that I find personally, and I want to see what you think too, is that if I don't eat consistently during the morning and early afternoon, I'm like a ravenous beast. Like after 3 o'clock, I am like, give me anything and everything you can see, and I'll eat all of it. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. That's so common because our body's saying like, what? You haven't been giving me food during the day. So now I'm telling you I need everything that you can see. So just consistently eating throughout the day. If you're going to be out and about, put some things in your purse or, take that diaper bag chuck full of snacks. It doesn't hurt to eat a few extra snacks if it's going to get you by and not have you eating things that you don't want to be eating later on during the day. If you're going to some kind of a party or a picnic, bring something that you want to eat. Okay. What if someone says, can you bring something to the barbecue? What do we normally do? Adri, what would you normally do?
Normally, pasta salad or meat or junk food, dessert, brownies.
A bag of chips, because that's easy. Some soda, right?
Not anymore.
Yeah. What can we do to change that? What's something we could take to a barbecue or a picnic that we would feel good about eating and sharing?
Veggie or fruit tray.
Awesome. Okay. Bethany, what did you say?
Salad is always, when I do Caesar salad, that's always a huge hit, and it's easy.
Yeah, I have this aunt who's really healthy, and she always brings salads to everything we do. And she always adds really great things to it, cucumbers, peppers, all these awesome things. And when she's not around, I'm like, shoot, what happened to the salad? I wish we had that salad because it's always so good. So that's a great idea. Third, be watchful of your portions. As you watch your portions, choose maybe not to have dessert. Instead, bring something that could be healthy, like a sugar-free popsicle or sugar-free Jell-O, something like that you could maybe snack on while other people are having dessert. My little girl wants popsicle right now. Fourth, make sure that you're consistent with your exercise routine the day of the celebration or on the weekend. I think that sometimes we lack off on doing any formal exercise on the weekend, but a lot of times if we're out and about, we can add in a little bit of extra exercise. So don't forget that that's a possibility. Right. Okay. What about drinks on the weekend? Do you feel more cravings or a little more apt to have a soda or juices or smoothies or that sort of thing on the weekend than you do during the week?
I usually do okay. I'd rather eat food than waste it on drinks.
Okay, that's a great outlook, Bethany, right? It's the same amount of calories.
Yes.
Do you want to choose something or do you want to drink it?
Yeah, but I always have a water bottle with me, always.
Okay, great tip. Carry a water bottle.
Yeah.
On the weekend. Make sure that you have one with you and you can sip on that instead of going for other things. Also, if you're going somewhere specific for a picnic or a barbecue or some kind of celebration, one little trick that I've learned is have a snack before you go. It kind of sounds counterproductive, like you're going to be eating more than you should. But if you have a healthy snack before you go, you're not hungry. So you're going to be able to better control that emotional part of your brain that's saying, I need to eat everything I can see, because you're not hungry. Okay. And finally, if you're the guest, you can't do this, but if the party's at your house, send leftovers home. Okay. Don't leave them around to be snacking on. It's the whole idea of, it's okay probably once in a while to have a piece of cake, but if the entire cake's left, what happens?
I eat it.
Yeah, right? Like it's like a bite every time I walk past or a piece every day until it's gone, sort of a thing.
Or just 3 pieces because that's what's left, so I eat it in 5 minutes.
But if it's not around, if it's not around, it's easier to not have the temptation, right? So those are some little tidbits for weekends. Does anyone else have any other ideas?
I was just thinking that I might not have the self-control sometimes to be able to withstand, to be like, oh, well, I can only have a salad and I can only have a piece of chicken, but I can't have this and that and this. So if that's the case, I might just have to pack my own food to start with and just say, no, I'm not even going to go over by the food. You know what I mean? And train myself that way. And then once I gain a little more self-control, then I can be better about choosing.
That's a really great idea. And Adri, that brings up a good point of the way that we think about what we are restricting or not restricting. So often we say, I can't have that. That's a negative thought. And it's
right.
an emotion.
I'm not going to have that because it's not good for me.
I'm choosing not to have that, or I'm choosing to have this instead. That means that we're gaining something. And, in my own weight loss process, I always thought about losing. I want to lose, I want to lose, I want to lose. And I didn't think about what I wanted to gain. What I wanted to gain was health. So if we're thinking about the foods that we're denying ourselves or that we can't have, they're really restrictive, that's has a negative impact, and it's not something that's beneficial. But if we're replacing that with something that we want to gain or replacing it with something else, then that becomes a positive habit. So that's something to think about this weekend. Instead of saying, I can't have that, I'm choosing not to, and I want to have this instead. I'm choosing to have this instead. Why? Because I want what's at the end of the road, meaning health, more than I want that brownie right now. Right?
Right.
I'll look at it.
Okay, so let's think about that this week. I think that's a really good starting point for the week. Good job. Getting through the weekend, doing some of those pointers, and then trying to replace our I can't thoughts with I can. Instead of lose with gain. Instead of a restriction with something that's adding to our life, not taking away from it. That sound good?
Yep.
Okay. Everybody have a wonderful week. Thanks so much for getting on. All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.